trip. Ugh. Yeah, no, these are never good.
Yeah, Mark, this is one of these custody battles that we've seen too many of these where if I can't have the babies, you can't have them either.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't have the graphic up there, but okay, let's watch it.
Okay.
NBC4's Hetty Cheng live for us in Santa Ana with what we just learned about that woman and that 11-year-old boy. Hetty.
Michael, a terribly tragic story here in Santa Ana. We know that crime scene investigators right now are working on the third floor inside that woman's hotel room. They tell us the woman is a 48-year-old mother from Irvine that for whatever reason, for the past 2 weeks, she and her 11-year-old son were staying on and off here in this hotel. This morning when police arrived, they say that the woman told officers she had taken a whole lot of pills. Specifically, we learned over-the-counter pain meds, and that's why she was transported to the hospital. When officers arrived to her hotel room, that's when they made that terrible discovery.
God rest his soul, the little baby,
This man who goes by Ed says he made this cross for the 11-year-old boy killed. He didn't know him, but doesn't have to feel heartbreak.
I went in, we got the flowers, and I put it together, and it's heartbreaking.
Guests we spoke with at the La Quinta Inn and Suites say they woke up to the news this morning. Santa Ana police say a 48-year-old mother called 911 shortly after 9:30, saying she killed her son inside her hotel room.
I can comprehend, he's 11, you said, it's, I don't know, to be honest. I just heard the news from you, and I'm like, this is messed up.
Our officers then searched the room, and unfortunately they found an 11-year-old boy with multiple stab wounds. Our officers located a knife that they believe was the weapon used.
Elisa Witherell says she's staying in a room just below where she saw investigators and where she heard commotion this morning.
And we had heard some commotion, but it wasn't anything unusual. And then we heard, the banging, and someone hit the wall, and it sounded like something hit the floor really hard. And we heard a short yell, but that was it.
Witherell is a mom of young children and says she can't stop thinking about the little boy.
Anger. I don't know how someone could do that to their child. At all. I don't. I would do that for my child, not to my child. That's crazy to me.
The woman is still at the hospital in stable condition. Once she is released from the hospital, she will be booked into Santa Ana jail. We're live in Santa Ana.
Mark, we got. I'm going to touch on this real quick. We got a lot of stories to get to, but Steve and I were working a case a long time ago with FugitiveWatch, and remember when the father took off with his kids and was giving away all his stuff and emptied his bank account and was threatening to kill the kids. And we had gotten tips on this guy, and Steve was working really close with several different agencies, marshals, FBI, everything. We were trying to catch this guy and track his credit cards, and we tracked him down to a hotel in San Jose, and
by the airport.
We, by the grace of God, there was a couple officers. They stayed up for 2 days. These guys stayed up for 2 days. Listen, and Steve was on the phone with them constantly, giving them updates and hints of where the guy might be. And it was a good. So I tell you, that stuff, that's scary. And it was a custody thing where the father's like, well, if I can't have them, and you're going to take them away, then I'm going to kill the kids. But Steve was on it. Steve stayed on it, and we caught, and it had a happy ending.
Yeah, we see that too many times where they kill the children, and because they want to punish the other spouse.
I was going to say, I'm going to plug my services here, and I know it's weird, but I just got signed up for another one today. I got a child custody case. So a lot of times in child custody, and Steve, I know you're a PI too, you need to show when one parent is fighting for custody from another. A lot of times some of these parents are hiding all sorts of stuff they're doing. They're doing drugs. They got someone living with them. They're not supposed to be living there. They've got, they're going out drinking and driving. There's all sorts of environments that the kids shouldn't be around, and people will hire private investigators. I always say, go with what your attorney suggests, You can hire a private investigator to do a child custody investigation, where we can kind of get to the facts of what's going on that then can be presented to the court. But it made me think of something that I just got assigned today. I can't get into it, but that's what you can use a PI for something like that.